Harihi Om. A small analysis on the concept Krishnarpanam. Before that, we must understand the sloka in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja ahantva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masucha. So here the Lord of Lords, He insisted us to offer everything to Him, abandoning all the dharmas. So He is the dharma, He is the moksha. So that's what He said. And in this context, we happen to say Krishnarpanam, everything. Everything is Krishnarpanam. Now, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atidhi Devo Bhava, Abhyagati Devo Bhava. Last comes Narayana Devo Bhava. And now here, this Atidhi Devo Bhava, Abhyagati Devo Bhava. In the good olden days, the people, they used to feel that Atidhi and Abhyagati are the gods themselves. Just as we say that Atidhi Swayam Vishnu, Atidhi Swayam Siva, in that way. And when that was the case, whatever they offered to Atidhi, they used to say Krishnarpanam. Whatever they offered to Abhyagati, they used to say Krishnarpanam. So at the time of giving itself, their mind was prepared to say this Krishnarpanam. So the underlying concept or the underlying meaning of this is that we are offering to somebody, we are giving to somebody means we are giving not to the person. We are giving to the God or the Chaitanya that is in him. The Chaitanya or the Lord of Lords or Lord Sri Krishna or Shiva, whatever name we put, whatever it is, that is immaterial. But we are giving, we are offering to the God in human beings. And who is God means Daivam Manush Rupena again. God is in the form of human beings. So Manush Rupena. If we can see that God in every person whomsoever we meet, then in between the person and us, only God will be. And so whatever we offer Him, we feel that we are offering to God Himself. So now what is the difference between thinking that we are offering and we are offering to a person and we are offering to God? So what makes the difference? So this is the analysis what we need. So here suppose if we happen to offer to God, then we will have a sort of egoism in us that we are offering to a person, and then we anticipate, we expect, we also feel that he must repay in the same coin. And if he doesn't repay, then we develop a grudge on him. So this is what happens when we feel that we are offering to a person. On the other hand, suppose we offer to God, like suppose we go to a temple and we offer fruits, we give the coconut, then we put money in the hundi, like that. We don't expect anything from God. We simply offer for offering's sake. It fills our minds with joy. It gives us bliss. It gives us satisfaction. That satisfaction is in abundance, not little. So little is when we give to human beings, and as soon as we give, We know in our mind we think that we are giving to a person, and when time comes, he also will give us in the same coin or even more. Maybe our expectation may be even more. We don't know. We can't tell like that. But here, if we happen to give to God, then we don't expect anything from Him. We simply ask His blessings, isn't it? So that is a very beautiful concept, in which there is no egoism, there is no selfishness, and there is no I sense. The I sense vanishes. So once the I sense vanishes, then we'll be very humble, we become very noble. We feel that God has given us an opportunity to help somebody else. And that help is not a help, but it is a service indeed. And the service to humanity is service to God. So we simply can't say that Manav Seva, Madhav Seva, we say, and if we don't follow that, it's of no use. Who is Manava? Everyone. So then we don't think that our people only and our own people, or the people whom we know. Even the unknown people also, if we can render service, that Abhyagati Deva Bhava, then we feel a sort of bliss in us. When the thought itself comes in us that we are offering to God, how happy we feel. How much of joy spreads in us, it travels in us. So that's why he told that offer everything to me, and he will look after us. That means if we offer everything to him, he will look after us. That with pure heart, wholeheartedly. Not as something, as a sort of work that we are doing, as a duty. It is not a duty. It is something that we have to feel in our hearts, in our inner heart, that this life itself is an opportunity given by God. Life itself is a boon given by God. And this life is not so easy for us to get. So when we feel that this life is not so easy to get and God has given such a beautiful life for us, then our thoughts also will be so beautiful with a positive approach. And if we are not there, who can do our works? So only if we are there, we can do any work. If we are not there, nobody is going to continue our works. So with this concept, we can think that we may, just because God has given this opportunity and we are alive today, let us do something. Let us do our part. That is Sangharunam. Sangharunam, we are indebted. Because whatever we learn, we are learning from the society. Whatever we learn, we are learning from the books that are preserved in the society. Whatever good we are learning from the society only. So if this concept is understood by us, then I think it is the highest level of understanding the presence of God. So then we feel that God is so great that has given such a beautiful opportunity for us to serve Him. Because after all, what is life? What is life? The next second anything may happen. We don't know what's going to happen. Then what is the use of having the thought when we don't put it into action? So, being good is different from becoming good. So being good is different. But when you become good, you feel the ecstasy in you. We enjoy it. We don't have any wishes. Because when we can find his Chaitanya, like Antarbahit Sata Sarvam Vyapya Narayana Sthitam, in and out, anywhere, throughout the Visam, Narayana exists. So there is not even a single minute of the place where there is no Chaitanya of the Narayana. So when such is the case, then why can't we see the Lord in the human beings? If we can change our mindset, if we can leave our egoism, if we can leave the I sense, then we can see the Lord in each and every person. And then not only just offering to God, but we feel that we must be so subtle, so humble, so noble, so soft. And not only that, not only offering, we don't feel like hurting anybody. We don't feel like giving pain to anybody. And we feel that whatever pain or hurt we feel when others do for us, we decide not to do for others also, because they may also feel the same pain. So here this is to be understood in depth actually. So that's what he said. So offering means it's not just throwing something. We have come number of times, I'm just throwing at you. Not the spitting out of the words. In a very soft way, very pleasing way. So I think in this lies the integrity of a person also. And at that moment, when we actually offer to the Lord of Lords, we offer to the Lord of Lords who is present in the other human being, who is seated in the heart of the other human being. Then we feel that we are simply offering for offering's sake. We feel so happy. And we never bother about the other things also. Because God, He sees only the internal, what thoughts are internally running, not what we do outside. Like suppose we may offer a basket of flowers at the feet of the holy feet of the Lord, and in our mind we think we are doing this for fame or name. Then He won't bother also, because He got so much of fame and name. So why should we bother about our name and our fame? We only need nobility and subtlety, unselfish love, unparalleled love of the God. And if we can understand this, we can offer at His holy feet. Then we see the beauty in offering, the beauty in giving. That is the real beauty. The beauty in giving is really a joy which we experience. So we won't count at the time of giving. And at the time of offering also, when we see the Lord in the other person, I think we forget ourselves. Not only we, Vidura, he forgot himself. When the Lord of Lords went to his house, instead of giving him the fruits of the plantain, he fed him the skin, the peels of the plantains. And the Lord ate. He also forgot himself. So this is what happens. This is what happens when we offer to the Lord with complete submission, complete surrendering, complete thought that He only dwells in all human beings. So here He told Arjuna also that He dwells in all the human beings. So this is a concept in depth, and it is very essential for us to understand, especially in these days when we are running after passions. We all the time do anything for name or fame. So actually that's why in Bhagavad Gita also it is told that Gupta Danam. So charity need not be expressed. Charity need not be exposed. We need not tell anybody. Charity is not to be told. So charity is to be known by the Lord of Lords, and we need not think of that. We need not think of that. He himself will know. So why should we bother? And only we want to give, let us give. Nothing more than that. It's more than enough. So this is what we have to do. Isn't it? So we all know that the Lord, that's why we think that Krishna is the underlying power in all the human beings, the Lord of Lords. So that's why they used to say Krishnarpana, everything Krishnarpana. Everything, not only, and this everything means not only what we give to others, where day will come when we offer ourselves also to the Lord of Lords, we surrender ourselves at His holy feet. So actually that is the final abode of human life. Final abode. So we may read a number of Puranas, Shastras, Vedas, everything. But when we don't understand this, that this life is only for this life to achieve the final abode, then it is of no use reading the scriptures. The scriptures are meant for us to pave a path for us to realize ourselves. So first self-realization, then self-actualization. These two are very necessary. And how will these two come? Not by just chanting these two 100 times. I will self-realize, I will self-actualize. It's not that. Understanding. A thorough understanding in depth. Then we will know what is that. And that once we know, we don't feel like knowing any other thing. It's more than enough. Because our life is bound by that. Actually, what they say is that, what is this? All the rituals or all the other puja or whatever we do, all these must lead us to that understanding. So that's what so many devotees and jnanis, they revealed all these. And these are the treasure houses. When compared to the other treasures, what we feel. This is a real wealth for human beings. So whatever we do, it may be very small. So if the mountain, if the rabbit cannot do big works, the mountain cannot do small works. So whatever it is, it may be a drop of water in an ocean, but we must do it. We must do it as a duty and responsibility. And not only doing, we must offer it at His holy feet, saying Krishnarpanam, everything Krishnarpanam. Sarvam Krishnamayam Jagat, Sarvam Harimayam Jagat, Sarvam Brahmamayam Jagat. So if we can understand this concept, our life has such a little bit of meaning. That means we have a little bit of wisdom with that of knowledge. Harihi Om, Krishnarpanam.